Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. And my producer, Nick, who I think needs to have one of those colorblind tests so he can see those red flags as they're waving. How you doing, Nick?
Doing better than doing better than I was yesterday. Jesus.
Good,
Yeah.
good, good,
Um,
good.
yeah. So, God. Yeah. So I had my weekend with this with let's call her V. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. I won't
Okay.
name names even though I want to. I'll be try to be classy about it. You know. We talked the week before and she was nervous and this, that, and the other, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of past being nervous. I just kind of want to, see you, hang out, and see what happens, and this, that, and the other. So I was like, yeah, I'm past it. And we had a tentative schedule, for Friday. She wanted to take me to this seafood oyster place in
Mm.
Boston. I was like, yeah, and she's like, oh, let's get lobster rolls or whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll get off the flight. I'll be hungry. Whatever. We'll do it. It's fine. No big deal. Luckily, I used credit card points for the flight, so that didn't cost me any money. Had to
Okay.
pay, yeah, had to pay for the car out of pocket, but that was fine. It wasn't that much. Um, so we go, we sit there, we have a good time. I have just talking and stuff, and just still getting still going back and forth. And even then, when I was on the plane and stuff, I was just like constantly texting her, being like, oh, this is when it comes in, and trying to get to the car thing and stuff, and this, that, and the other. And, she was very like, miss you, babe, hope to see you soon, this, that, and the other, like she has been for the past month that I looked at the messages. It's been a month I've been
Yeah.
talking to her. Fuck.
I can't believe it's been a month.
yeah, no, because I looked back at the message because one of my friends was trying to like, I was talking to yesterday because I was kind of upset about the whole thing. Asked me how
Mm.
long, and I like scrolled through the messages, like, all right, let me see the top, and it said February 20th. And I was like, fuck, it's been a month, almost a month.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So but and what is it? So we're at the restaurant, we're walking around, she's showing me, little downtown area of Boston where all the stuff's happening. We're walking around having a good time, just talking, figuring stuff out, going through some shops and stuff. We go to Sephora
Mm.
and I'm trying to help her pick out some perfume or whatever. She's like, what do you think, would be best? I'm like, oh, this one, whatever. So we get done, we go to the Airbnb, we put our stuff down, we kind of, and we're both tired. And I was like, set the alarm clock. We have dinner at like 9. Just set the alarm clock. We'll both like lay in bed and just take a nap. So
Okay.
we both kind of cuddle up and lay in bed for that time. Nothing physical happens. It just kind of is like kind of holding each other.
Because this is the first time you actually met her in person, right?
Correct, correct,
So,
correct,
like, this was the first weekend you guys met. Okay. Okay.
correct. Yeah, 100%. We've been like video chatting and talking and things like that. Other than that, but this is it. So you know um so her alarm goes off, I get up, I kind of just get ready, put on a nice new shirt, and we're like, and we drive to the restaurant, and she's taking Ozempic is what she keeps telling me, and she's not feeling too well because it kind of messes with her stuff. So I was like,
Hmm.
she's like, oh, let's kind of stay in. I'm like, you know what, we made the reservations, let's have one like, date night activity. Let's do this once. We don't have to do it Saturday
Okay.
or anything like that. Just let's do this once. Well, and I told her, I was like, and even like before that, she was like, oh, maybe we'll go to a club as well and go dancing. I'm like, that's fine too. And then she wasn't feeling well, and I was like, okay, let's just go drive to this restaurant, have some food, and then come back. We no pressure. You're not feeling too well. Let's at least go get food and then come back. It's not a big deal. So we do. You know, we get there. We're in this place called Lolita's, this tequila bar kind of place, and
Okay.
it's nice, music's good, it's not too rowdy, whatever. We're there like by 9, we're out by like probably 10:30, talking back and forth, low light, very romantic looking area. We have a good time, the food's great, I enjoyed mine. And we
Mhm.
get in, we get in the car and we drive back, and she's like, man, I was real tired. I'm sorry I didn't talk as much. I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. I remember I told her, I was like, it's Friday. You had to get up early and go to class and do your thing. I've been traveling since 6. We're both tired.
Yeah.
And so we're just laying in bed, and we're just kind of watching TV or whatever, watching movies and stuff, and we both just we're just kind of talking like, okay, what do you want to do tomorrow? I was like, oh, let's go to, I had kind of Salem planned, as we'd kind of go there and walk around and maybe see some of the museums and other weird shit they have there. And she's like, yeah, okay, sounds good. Anything in particular you have planned? I was like, oh, I'm looking at the museums and trying to find times and stuff. It's like, oh, everything kind of closes around 3:34. So we get there by noon or whatever, we should be good. She's like, all
Okay.
right, I'll set my alarm clock, and we'll get up, and I'll get up and everything. That's all right, fine, whatever. So we're still talking, having a good time. And she's being very affectionate when we're like together alone and stuff like that. And um, and I'm trying not to read too much into it, and trying not to, you know, think that she wants to bang or whatever. Just trying not to think that, because I'm trying to just kind of spend time with her and feel her
Mhm.
out and seeing what's going on. Having good conversation and stuff. It's pretty good. So we eventually figure out kind of a tentative plan. And I told her, I was like, the whole weekend's fluid. We can do whatever we want. We're not really bound by going out all the time or staying out all the time or doing whatever. We're just kind of here to like see if this works.
Mhm.
She's like, yeah, you're right, you're right. I was like, okay, it's fine, whatever. We don't have to do these things. Um, so we get up, and she wants to take me to Union Square Donuts, which is like back, like we're in Revere at this Airbnb. So
Okay.
we're kind of between between Boston and Salem. So we go, I try to get donuts to this place. Like I can't figure out the directions. Trying to drive in Boston's fucking terrible. It's a terrible city. Eventually figured out, park, get donuts, get coffee, and then she also takes me to go get pizza because she wants to show me this pizza place. I told her I love pizza. She's like, see, I told you to get pizza. I told you I'd get you pizza, while we were here. I'm like, oh, thanks. So we're sitting down reading, having a good time, drinking our coffee, watching people go by in their green shirts and stuff. And I'm done with we're both done with the pizza, so we walk off back to the car and go to Salem. And I give her the phone, playing music, just talking back and forth, having having good conversations, as we have
Mhm.
been and stuff. And just I think it's going well. I think we're doing good. We're in the car for about an hour. And we get there, we park. I go to the walk to the witch museum, and she told me like her foot's not doing too well. So I was like, we're here. The place closes at like I looked at the time. It closes at 4:30. We can kind of sit down. We don't need to walk. We can walk everywhere in the city.
Mhm.
But the parking place I picked was the one that was centrally located, where we could walk anywhere within a good distance and not get too tired and not have to like walk across town to go parking and things like that. We're talking
Okay.
about our families, talking about jobs and stuff, and just, once again, feeling each other out like we have been, and
Yeah.
stuff. And, she keeps telling me, she's like, oh, I can't eat a lot because of, Ozempic. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. We don't have to, you eat as much as you want. I get that, it messes with your system. My cousin's been on it. I kind of know how that is. Another friend is on it as well. I kind of get it. It's fine, you know? So,
Okay.
we go to this witch museum, and we got to buy tickets online, a QR code, whatever. Got to buy tickets online. And you sit in this dark room basically as they do this like this light representation of the Salem witch trials. Basically they're talking about Crucible the movie. That's basically what they're doing. And we're sitting in the dark, kind of, and she wants me to like she takes my hands and puts them around her, and wants to cuddle again. I'm like, fine, whatever, no big deal. Like
Okay.
feeling you, feeling me, whatever. It's all good. Um, go through the museum. She didn't know about any of that stuff, so I was trying to like tell her, it's like, yeah, the witch trials were, rough, and it was targeting
Mhm.
women, and it was, a whole thing, you know. And so we walked to this like this kind of horror movie kind of museum where they have a lot of wax figures of old horror movies. And I forget my wallet in the car because I was paying for parking and taking it out of my pocket, putting it in the car, this, that, and
Mhm.
the other. So like I feel like an asshole. She's like, no, 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 don't. You've been paying for everything. You've made it here. You know, it's fine if I pay for a couple things. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. I was like, okay, go, okay, cool. I was like, like it's in the car. I'm sure I know where it is. It's definitely in the car.
Hmm.
Um, so she pays for me to go to this haunted museum. We're kind of walking around, and it's very small. It's like 10 minutes max. Um, and like just walking through reading a little stuff about everything from Universal Monsters to like The Conjuring. They have like all these little statues in there, little snippets and what it is and everything. And we're just she's basically watching me look at the stuff and listen to me talk and nerd out on the movie, all the movie shit.
Hmm.
And then we go and eat next door to this hotel restaurant, and she once again pays for food, and I like all I got was a burger, and so did she. Like I didn't get anything extravagant. Just got a burger. Wasn't crazy. Still talking, she's like, yeah, I'm kind of tired, maybe we could just, we'll go to a gift shop and go to the end of the street and just kind of, go back. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, whatever, I'm just kind of here, you know, doing whatever, just enjoying your company and, trying to, figure this out and stuff. And she's like, yeah, 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 I understand. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Um, typical weekend date stuff. Um, so just keep walking around. We keep walking around, and
Yeah.
eventually, keep walking around town for a little bit after we've eaten. Go back to the car. Then drive back to the Airbnb. And we pass a little beach area, and she's like, "Oh, it'd be really nice if we got a restaurant if we could eat there tonight and get a restaurant with a view of the beach." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll look something up and see what we can find."
Yeah.
And we're sitting there on the couch and we're talking and we're getting into a really deep conversation. She's like, um, she's got her feet on me and we're sitting on the couch there, and she's like, "Oh, it seems like you don't really like film. It's like it's not something that makes you happy." I'm like, "No, it makes me happy. I'm very happy doing it, and just haven't made money, and haven't had a lot of luck at it. It's been very tough." She's like, "Well, maybe you need to kind of do the data analyst thing that I've been trying to pivot from a job and do data analyst stuff online and get that certification as well."
Hmm.
So I told her about that, because I've been trying to do that, and that's been a little, but got the Google, I've been doing the Google course and trying to do that, and I think it's a little too slow for me, but that's beside the point. And she's like, "Oh, you should probably look up like AI generative stuff and this, that." And I was like, "Okay, cool, look it up, whatever, and see and look into it." She's like, "Yeah, you should be making more money and this and the other." I was like, I'm kind of happy where I am." I didn't say that because I wanted to,
Hmm.
I wanted to kind of like just listen to her and be like, "Ooh, yeah, well, whatever," you
Hmm.
know. And then she goes into, and then we're talking and stuff, and then she says, it's like, "Oh, you seem very guarded." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She's like, "Yeah, you seem very like, like you have your guard up." I'm like, "I don't think so. Every time you've asked me a question, I've answered you honestly. Whenever we have deep conversations, I've talked to you seriously.
Yeah.
I've never given you any sort of bullshit ever. I may have
Hmm.
I think there were a couple times like I think a couple times because I just talked to her, I was like kind of skewing what had happened, but it was like minor shit I was doing that for, nothing serious, you know?
Yeah.
Because once again I just met this person.
Yeah. A month ago. Yep.
Yeah, a month ago. So I was like, I'm not gonna give out everything. Um,
Exactly.
you know, and then we were having a serious conversation. She's like, she's like, "Oh, maybe you need to go get counseling and do life coaching and figure out what really makes you happy and stuff." And I was just kind of like,
What?
okay, I mean, that's coming out of nowhere. Um, and
Hmm.
we were having a serious conversation, and I was just like, um, and she was just kind of digging at me. So I was just like, all right, now I'm gonna go use the bathroom. So I sat on the toilet for like 30 minutes, just being like, what the fuck's going on? Second guessing myself and everything, and I was like, am I really this messed up from like my life and everything?
Hmm.
Am I just
No.
am I a messed up individual? Do I exude that? Am I not normal? Am I guarded? Do I, do people see this? Like, it was just a whole fucking second guessing thing because I've never had anybody look at me like that closely before, and I was like, man, this really kind of bothering me. So I kind of shake it off and I get out of the bathroom and it's whatever. And I was like, okay, let's order food, And I told her, I was like, all right, let's get ready and go to this restaurant. She's like, I don't feel like it, let's just do DoorDash and we'll get pasta that way. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll find the restaurant. You tell me what you want, and we'll get it. So she changes into her PJs, and because she sleeps early, she sleeps like by like 8 or 9 or 10 or something, very 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 early. She gets up ass early,
Okay.
like at 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever.
Ugh.
Yeah, whatever. Um, so I get the food, and I bring it upstairs, and we're basically eating in bed. Now, I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not. But we do it
Mm.
anyways, you know. Um, she has a little bit of her food, I have a little bit of mine. We're just kind of sitting there watching The Godfather, and we're in bed and just trying to get comfortable and stuff, and then she starts like backing up on me, like the way some girls do,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and then
Like
she
I've
like
tried before with
yeah
guys. Yeah.
yeah. So it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, are we about to get into it? Because she hasn't, she's been kind of on and off about the whole sex thing. And going back a little bit,
Hmm.
she, about 2 or 3 days before that, she was talking about being sick and the Ozempic thing, and she's like, "Oh, we wouldn't be able to have sex, this
Hmm.
weekend." And I'm just like, "That's not something I once again honest with her. I was like, "That's not something I'm worried about." She's like, "What are you? Are you not into me?" I'm like, "No, I find you very cute and
Yeah,
very
that's not where
attractive."
you were going.
And
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, no, I find you very cute and very attractive. I just that's not the main reason I'm like coming to see you, you know? And she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, no,
Hmm.
it's just like I want to spend time with you and see if this works and see if there's something here. So she's like, oh, okay, and then, back to us being in bed. And she would put her arm around, she'd take my arm, put it underneath her head. She'd put her hand on like my thigh and then put my other hand on her inner thigh, and I would just kind of like see what was going on, and if my hand would get swatted away or whatever, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And got a little heavy petting esque. I don't want to get
Yeah.
too into it on the
Hmm.
podcast. I don't feel comfortable doing that, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Nope, that's fine.
Yeah, and I thought we were trying to have sex, and then I tried to get on top of her, and then she's like, no, 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 just go back to sleep. I'm like, okay.
What the fuck?
So then,
Okay.
I'm kind of fucking hard, and I'm trying to not be, and then I kind of lay there and I eventually fall asleep. And so does she. And she kind of snores when she's sleeping and moves around, the kind of like does a jarring like motion is when she sleeps, like not a big deal. Whatever.
Yeah.
Um yeah. And so then throughout the night it happens like 2 or 3 more times where like she'll wake up and then I'll wake up and then she'll put her hand like somewhere on her body, like on her boobs, on her thigh or her butt or something, and I try to reach and there's no blocking, and then I'll keep going and I'll try to get on top of her, and then she's like, no, no, go back to sleep, go back to sleep. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, like this is,
Nah, that bitch was playing with you.
I was just like,
That's
fuck me, man, like
mm,
what is going on,
no.
what is going on, and
Was
it
she
was,
wanting to see if you weren't gonna stop or
I think
that's
that's
weird.
I think that's why, and we'll discuss that in a minute.
Okay.
When I'm done with this, we'll discuss that later, and I'll tell you why. um
Mm.
So after about the third try, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to sleep." I turned over to, like kind of face the outside of the bed, not the inside, because I normally sleep. And I don't think she likes that, which is weird. It's like this is how I
Hmm.
sleep, and we've just met, so this
Yeah.
is how it is. Unless you want to blow me and you're gonna like get into it, then this is how I'm gonna sleep because I want to be comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
So it happens, she gets up, her alarm goes off, and she goes in the shower, does everything, gets ready. And she, both mornings she got up and put her little radio on her phone and was singing in the shower and stuff like that. Seemed fairly happy or whatever.
Okay.
And we're getting ready. She's getting ready in the mirror, and I was like, "Hey, are you done with the bathroom? Can I get ready?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, go ahead." Like, all right, cool. I go in there, do my thing, get ready, come out. She's watching some TED Talk video on her computer, and is just doing some work. She brought her computers to do work. I was like, I did the same thing, whatever. And she was talking about, oh, if work comes up, I might have to do it here and there. I'm like, yeah, I understand. You're doing schoolwork. It's fine. It's whatever. You may have case studies. And she's like, yeah, we do work on the weekends as well. We have class on Saturday and Sunday sometimes. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. So I was like, whatever. I get it, I guess. So, um, she does a TED talk. I kind of grab her just to kiss her and give her a little peck on the lips, not anything heavy, because I didn't know
Mhm.
how she would react. I didn't want to like force
Yeah.
myself on her or whatever. So, she didn't mind it, whatever.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to leave, so I was like, oh, I found a place for breakfast, down the road. Did we get to look out of the harbor or whatever? It's fine. She's like, okay, cool. We'll go. Pack up the car, put the keys in, follow the instructions. Everything's fine. Go get coffee, get her sandwiches, sit down, still having a little conversation. Apparently, one of her classmates is, in the coffee place, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't know she was there, and this is the person I told you about. She's this person and that person." It's like, okay, cool, whatever. That's great.
Mhm.
And then she's like, "Well, what's the plan for later? We're talking about doing a movie." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. There's a movie I found. We're gonna go watch. We're going to go watch Imaginary from Blumhouse or A24, whoever did it. It
Okay.
was in downtown Boston because we were planning
Mhm.
on doing the
Yeah. Yeah.
parade planning on doing the parade, but she's like, I don't feel like it. It's raining. It's terrible outside. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's be inside. And
Mm.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. So find parking, find the place, and sure enough, like with the way I mentally timed everything out, we were fucking perfect. We entered the theater and saw the fucking like title. We were perfect because I figured she'd take
Wonderful.
she'd take a
Yeah.
little longer and like just figuring out buffering time and things like that. It just kind of figured it out. So we're sitting there, or kind of, and we're the only ones in the theater, so we're the only ones in the theater, so I have no problem with her talking. Ask me questions, whatever. I have no problem with it because we're the only ones there. We're not bothering anybody. No big deal.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, then she pulls out her phone to do work while we're watching the movie, and that kind of irks me. I'm just like, I didn't say anything to her afterwards, but I was just kind of like, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. That is.
Yeah. So, we go, we're at this AMC downtown, and we go to the little food hall area, and we're just sitting in this place, and you see that like I think it's TD Stadium is where it is. It's like that place in Boston. I don't know. That's what she called it. That's what I'm calling it. And we're just sitting
Okay.
there to what is it? Just to eat. So we're kind of sitting there talking, whatever, kind of shooting the shit, like waiting for time to pass because I my flight's at like 8, and so she said, "Hey, let's it's about that time. Let's get some food. Let's eat, and then we'll get in the car and we'll head out because we're still looking like we're every now and again we're checking the GPS to see how long it takes. We're like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I was like, all right, fine, 10 minutes is okay. And so we eventually eat and we're done. And then I look at
Mm.
and it's getting to it's get we're like an hour or two away from where we want to leave. And I look at the GPS and it's saying 20 minutes. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, we better go. She's like, oh, okay. So walk down to the car, get in the car. And it's a little bit to get out of the parking garage area because I think there's some sort of game happening or something. So it takes a little longer than normal. And she's like, hope you make it. I'm like, we got way enough time because the check-in's on until like 7:15 and the
Hmm.
flight takes off at like 8. I was like, we got a lot of time, and it was like
Yeah.
4:30 at that point. It's like we have more than enough time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she's worried about getting the rental car back. I was like, listen, I've done the rental car thing before. I know this works. We'll see the signs for the rental car return as we get to the airport. Don't worry. And she has her bags in there as well because she brought bags from her place because she was spending time with me, so both of our bags are in the car. Park the car, go to
Hmm.
the rental area, and the buses are there for the terminal. And you know I give her a hug and give her a kiss, and I'm just like, man, this was fun. Had a good time. She's like, yeah, 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 me too, and stuff. And then um get on the bus and get to the terminal, do the security thing. Takes a little longer, get to my gate. And, I was like, yeah, I made it, getting food, getting back. And I keep texting her like every step of the way until I get home. And I got home at like 1
Okay.
a.m. Sunday,
Yeah, and I would have too. Yeah.
you know, and then
Okay.
she messages me the Monday morning. I gotta look at these fucking messages now. Jesus.
Mm.
Let's see. Made the car home, yeah. Hey, awake for my 8-hour class, rest as much as possible. And I said, so tired, smiley face. She said, babe, zombie mode. I'm free after 8. Miss you. And then after that, she said, babe, can I have a few days to process the weekend and decide how I want to move forward? I said, yes. Thanks. Then that was at 3:10. Then at 6:25, got a fucking big message. Hi, babe. I thought it through. As things stand, I think we were great. I think we have great sexual chemistry and wonderful back and forth. However, I really struggle to connect emotionally with you. I think it's my own underlying bullshit, and and probably going to go back into counseling. I really appreciate you making the effort to come all this way and wish the outcome was different. I'm sorry for any hurt or harm I may have caused and wish you well in the future. All the best, V.
What the fuck?
And I'm not going to read any further because it gets like real sappy.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But you don't start out. See, that reminds me of that one dude that took me to dinner and then broke up with me. Don't start off with, hey, babes, I don't want to see you no more. I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you had a nice weekend. It was exactly what you both had talked about and had built, this is what we're going to do, get to know each other. And it sounds like it was a great weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
and here's the thing is like, I don't know if I said this I don't know if I said this on the podcast. I'm gonna say it now because like I'm not gonna fucking talk to her again. But she told me, I think, a few weeks before, I think it was before she went back to see her parents in Dubai or whatever, before that week. And we were kind of, and I made the plans about actually coming to her. She said, hey, I was married, 10 years ago, like 10 years ago, and the guy was
Mm,
abusive. She said, like,
mm,
um, what is it? Domestic violence is what she said. DV. I was like, oh shit,
okay.
that's rough.
Okay.
And I asked
Yeah.
her,
Yeah.
and I asked her, I was like, do you still talk to the guy? She said, no, he's blocked and everything. And I was like, okay, cool, because if he did, it'd be a problem. She's like, oh, I don't have a kid. I'm like, that's good, fine, whatever. I have no problem with that
Yeah.
as long as once again, as long as you've cut ties, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, it was 10 years ago. Like, it's not like it was like 2 years ago or 5 years ago or something. It's 10 years ago. It's fine.
Yeah.
And um yeah, and she I don't know. I think that messed her up because like she was talking about me going into
Yeah.
therapy on that Saturday night. We were kind of sitting there talking, and she's like, oh, I did it and it was rough, and I threw up for a year and I had this many problems and stuff, and I'm just like, and she was telling me it's like, the guy would beat the shit out of her and then they'd go to dinner or something, not think twice about it. And I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. This definitely sounds like it's not you. It is her. Um, she's just, for whatever reason, not ready. Maybe she wanted it to be different. Maybe she thought she was going to be able to date. And maybe she did have a good time this weekend, but she just mentally isn't there. And that's
Yeah.
sad that she went through that. That is very sad.
No, 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 100% sad. And
Um,
I don't blame
but,
her. I don't blame her one bit, but
but,
she needs like
but
heavy,
it,
heavy, 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 heavy therapy.
yeah, but it seems like a lot of leading you on and like being in bed together and rubbing up against you. And then, okay, you respond and she stops you. That, that, I mean, I get once it's like, oh, no, I'm not, but to do it again.
I
And
think I think she was trying to see if I was going to forcefully like take her kind of thing, and if I was like,
that could be.
I think that's what she was wanting, and I wasn't doing that because I'm not that fucking guy. I
Oh,
don't do that
no,
shit. I don't know. I don't play that game. You know.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, that's no. I don't do
N-
that.
No.
So
And I don't know if that's what her ex did to her. And so she associates, you know, that's how it has to be. But God, I really expected, because I didn't text you on Monday. When I didn't hear from you, I was just like, oh yeah, he must have had a great
no, man,
weekend and all your
she sent me that, and like, she sent me that thing, and I was like, hey, can I talk to you for a I really just said, hey, I want to talk to you for a minute. I wasn't trying to when
yeah.
and like the message after that, like, after she said that, I literally said, hey, I want to talk to you for a minute. She's like, cool. And I tried talking to her. She's like, I'm in class. I'm like, okay. And so I just sent her a bunch of messages. Like, it goes back and forth. None of the messages after that were like, take me back. I'm sorry. I did something wrong. It was never that.
Well, yeah.
I just wanted to like tell her how I felt. That's literally what I just did.
Yeah.
I didn't beg for anything, nothing. And then I
Yeah.
sent her a
You two would.
long, and then I sent her a
Yeah.
long voice because like I kept trying to type stuff out, and I fucking hate doing that. So I sent her a long 5 minute
Yeah.
voice message about how I felt,
Yeah.
and that sounded very like down, let's say. And oh man, it really just fucked with me that like the whole rest of the day.
Well, I
Eh,
bet,
You know,
because you came away with something different than evidently, and even that morning, hey babe, we had a good weekend, and then suddenly, like, can I have a few days to process this? And then before the day's even over, this just isn't basically going to work. I, yeah, I'm a little floored.
yeah, me too.
Um,
And I texted like, and I was doing like a Lego live stream for my for Jeff's channel and those guys, because
mhm,
I just wanted to do something different. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the Lego thing.
yeah,
It'll calm me down to like build Legos or whatever. It's fine.
yep.
And I had my mic turned off, and I literally texted Richard, one of my good friends, and I was like, hey man, can I talk to you? And like one thing I have to put in the message so he doesn't freak out, because he's like me. He will freak out if somebody says, "Hey, I need to talk to you right now." Like, he's just freaking. That's how we are. We're good friends. I can confide in him. He's a good dude, you know. Before that, I talked to another friend of mine, Levine, who I've
Mhm,
known my entire fucking life. Um, and I talked to Richard, and I literally said, "Hey, man, can I talk to you? It's not an emergency. I just need somebody to talk to." And he's like, "Thank you for telling me that. Yes, you can." So I get on my phone and put it in my AirPods, and I talked to him for a minute. And I was like, just giving him the rundown of what happened
mhm.
and who she was and everything, that, and like how she was. And he's like, yeah, dude, she's fucking psychotic. You dodged a bullet. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah, I think you would have had a lot of manipulation, like, because let's say you did, she like, oh no, just go to bed, and you pushed it a little further just because you figured, yo, yeah, she's into it. And then later on oh, you forced her. Yeah, I just, there's too much. She needs some counseling. She needs some counseling.
Yeah. And
I
yeah.
just
Yeah.
think it's unfortunate that what she could have done and what she should have done, but it doesn't really matter now, is just say, I'm not ready for this right now, but I'd like to stay friends. Maybe down the road, you know, uh, yeah, you don't go from babe to, nope, sorry, it's not working. I mean, in like a
Well,
matter of,
and it's one of those things where, like, I was talking to Richard about it, and like he's dated his like he's dated his fair share of crazies,
yeah,
and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, she was 100% projecting her bullshit onto you. And I was like, that's
yeah,
what I thought,
yeah, because
because
you
like,
didn't do anything. From what you described, you didn't do anything wrong.
and he was telling me, it's like, he was like, listen, buddy, like, amongst our, like, film friends, between him and our other friend John, it's like, you're fucking normal. He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
dude, you get sad sometimes, but overall you're good. You don't bullshit too much around people you care about, and this and the other. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, good. I was just making sure. And he's like, listen, man, I need, antipsychotics and this and the other, because I'm fucked up. And he's like, oh, okay, like, he
yeah.
was kind of going into reassuring me like I wasn't crazy. And he's like, listen, man, you love filmmaking. He's like, you've made movies, you've done shorts, you've won
Mm-hmm.
awards,
Yep,
you've done this
yep,
whole thing. And he's like, we've all been struggling through this for years, not just you.
yeah, yeah.
And he was kind of equating it to me, and I was like, fuck, dude, you're right.
Yep.
It's true. It's true. And it's
And
like,
for her to suddenly, this be the first time you guys have started talking, for her to tell you you need counseling?
yeah.
What'd he say then?
But no, he was like, "Yeah, dude, you don't need counseling. I mean, if you want to, like, and he told me, he's like, our friend, my friend David's, counselor. You can talk to him if you want to and make sure everything's, cool." And I was like, "Yeah, I might do that. We'll see what's up." Um, you know, and it was just one of those things where, like, I needed to be reassured by somebody like I confided in. And even then, she was talking shit about friends. She's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
your friends aren't that good to you. You might they might, if you really have something that they want, they're really going to be assholes to you." I'm like, "No, I've known these people for a while, and I'm not one to be friends with somebody who's going to do that, because I'll cut them off immediately. Like, I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care." And she would say that,
Y-
like, throughout the weekend and even before that on the phone. I was just like dismissing it. I was like, maybe, your friends are like that, but I'm, whatever. But
yeah, it definitely sounds like she was projecting. That's for
heavily,
sure.
heavily, man, heavily,
Wow.
you know. And so, yeah, and like once I talked to him for like an hour, I felt immediately fucking better. I laughed about it and I was like, fuck.
Good.
I was like, fuck this, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And then my friend Levine talked to me. And I talked to him because he's always busy. He was helping Buddy move or what something. But called me back because I left him voicemail, and I gave him the whole rundown as well. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, she was nuts, and you dodged a bullet." I was like,
Yep. It was gonna be constant walking on eggshells, manipulation. I could see it now. I could see it now.
"Yeah,
And then for her, just this first weekend that you guys met, and she had you second guessing yourself so bad that you sat in the bathroom for a half hour wondering if you needed fucking counseling. No, no, that's manipulation. Yeah,
yeah, I see that now, and I'm glad. Like, well, once again, talking to my friend Levine and Richard, I'm glad like it just like fucking ended, and that was it. Because like I was feeling terrible, but I'm glad, like, it was funny. And like it was
yeah,
funny because they both said the same thing to me, and it's like, dude, you're probably gonna get a call from her in like a month, and I'm like,
yeah.
God, I hope so.
Yeah,
God,
you
I hope so.
probably will.
God, I
You
hope so.
probably will. You probably will because she, she probably has fucking borderline personality disorder. So what she's doing is she's pushing you away before she gets hurt. That's what it probably is. And then as time is passing, then she's gonna be like, damn, because you guys really seem to click.
No,
You
and
guys
yeah, and it
really
was
clicked.
it was one of those things where it's like I was very like trying to figure it out, and I asked her questions like, "What do you like? What do I like?" And it
Hmm.
was like, God damn it, we kind of like the same like fun shit.
Yeah,
And I was like, this is weird, and I didn't want to like her, but then it just kept piling up, and I was like, it's kind of working. Holy shit,
yeah.
and I was
Well, and
shocked.
you'll just have to leave it up to her now. I mean,
Oh no, I'm
if she
not.
reaches out, then fine. Then you'll make a decision at that time. But
No, if she does reach out, which I personally doubt, but like I'm prepared for, I will give her, I will give her, you know, I will give it all to her and be like, listen here, bitch, you crazy, you need some help.
yeah, she does. It sounds like that ex really fucked her up. Like I said,
Yeah.
she probably has borderline personality disorder. Um, and the sad thing is, you know, she just wants to be loved, I'm sure. She just wants to be in a relationship, but she doesn't know how. And that's probably what it was. If you went there and you were an asshole, quite honestly, you'd probably still be talking to her. I mean, I'm gonna be
You're
honest.
100% right. You're 100% right. I thought about that too, and it's like, I'm not that guy, I'm not that
No.
person. I'm not the one to be an asshole to somebody. I'll be like, if she, like, she kept making comments about my sister-in-law, and I'd very sternly tell her, it's like, listen, you need to
Mm,
kind of cut.
mhm.
I was in this tone of voice, and I told her this. I was like, listen, you need to kind of cut that out.
Yeah.
You don't know her.
Yep.
Don't call her names like that. Just kind of stop. And it was like in that tone. And she never did it again. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, good, whatever.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't yell at her. I didn't call her. I didn't call her out. I didn't, point at her and, call her stupid or whatever. I was like, listen, you don't know them. Just stop. Very sternly. And then she never did it
Yeah.
again. She never did it again. I was like, all right, fine, cool, whatever. But it was just like, yeah. And yeah, talking to Richard, talking to my friend Levine, like she was very clearly projecting her own bullshit because like
Mm-hmm.
even her talking about her work and stuff like that, she's like, oh, I might, because she apparently also said she's in, she's a chemical engineer and this, that, and the other, and she has a degree in it, and I was like, that's fine. But she's like, sometimes I'll work on these boats and ships, these tankers, and I'll be out for a month, a week, 6 months, and I won't come back home. And like I was thinking about, like, I wasn't, once again, it was in the back of my mind, and I was kind of like, whatever, we'll let the weekend go by and we'll talk about it if it gets any further, and we'll kind of discuss it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really rough. And like if she, like, it's one of those things, like she was looking forward to it. I was like, you're looking forward to being isolated on the boat in the middle of the fucking ocean for 6 months? Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
So I'll tell you what they, dude, she has borderline. You need to look up borderline personality disorder. It's a justification as to why she's alone. I can't date anybody. I'm on a ship, for
Gotcha.
6 months.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 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 That's what it is.
And
That's probably why you got that feeling she was looking forward to it because it justifies her being alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she kept talking about it. She's like, oh, it's something you're gonna have to deal with. I'm like, oh well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. You know? And even then, like, she got her grades for her class, and she's like, wow, I didn't realize I did that well. And I was like, oh, you're pretty smart, and you probably, just didn't know you're studying and just got it done or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, I don't study, and I had my friends do my stuff. And I was like, okay, so you cheated? She's like, no, 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 I had them help me. I'm like,
Uh,
even
well, you just said you had them do your stuff, not.
yeah. And even then, like, I would ask her like engineering questions or whatever, and she didn't know the answer. I was just like, don't you have a degree in this? She's like, yeah, but I did
you know.
yeah. And she's like, yeah, but I didn't study that hard for it, and I kind of forgot everything. I was like, so you've probably been
That's
cheating.
scary.
She's probably been cheating her whole life to try to get these degrees because she needs validation. In fact, she was talking about validation to me. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, you need validation for this, that, and the other. I was like, not really. I do what I want, and I'm
Mm.
very happy.
Yep, yep. And that's probably why she was kind of pushing you. Oh, the film doesn't seem to be doing, what you want it to. And I've never heard you say anything negative about film. If anything, you're getting ready to do more with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
I've got,
have
I've
me
got.
thinking about a production company. I'm going to be honest. You mentioned it like once. Oh, we should start a production company. And now I'm like, ooh, I wonder what that would take.
Actually, it would just take. Honestly, I have a lot of talent. I have a talented people here. It's just going to take money. Just going to take money. Honestly, it's just going to take money. That's all it would really take. But besides that, yeah, it was just kind of like, and like, she was trying to push me into do the more of like, because I wanted to get into data analytics because I'm not making a lot of money at my current job, and I want to kind of
Yeah.
pivot into something that is computer-esque because I like computers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
And she was talking some other stuff. She was talking about the self-help books, this Japanese thing or whatever about finding your true happiness and your work and stuff. And I know what she's talking about. I've heard about it before. And I was
No.
like, and I was like, yeah, I'll, give me the book's name. I'll go get it. I'll check it out. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Some people love books. I'll buy like self-help books and stuff like that, and then I just never finish them.
and well, yeah, and I'm more of a fiction person. Like a lot of stuff I read is very much fiction, and
Hmm.
that's I don't do a lot of self help or anything like that. Like I can't hear somebody drone on, like, especially if I do audiobooks. I can't hear somebody fucking drone on for like 3 hours about like your spirit animal and
Yeah.
your chi and your chakras and things like that. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself. Really,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was kind of it. And like, looking back at it now, there were I need to kind of remove the rose tinted glasses and like really kind of,
Yeah.
be more proactive about this, man. So
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, man. It was just
But
yeah.
but you put yourself out there. You were willing. So I think this new dating app that you met her on, this might, you know, hopefully you'll meet somebody else. But I know what you're saying with the rose tinted glasses. I've dated people where it was perfect until they do one thing that made the glasses come off. And then you look back and you're like, oh, okay, why didn't I? If that was one of my friends, I would have been like, leave a long time ago.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, yeah, like looking back at it, I'm very happy it happened. And it was only like a month wasted of time, so it's not that bad. But still, it was like a fucking trip wasted to go up there and everything. Like, jeez.
Yeah. It wasn't wasted till Monday. I mean, up until Monday, you didn't realize it was a wasted trip.
Oh God. God,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It was like, and once again, like I'm talking to you, talking to my friends,
Yeah.
I'm getting more and more over it, and I'm looking excited because like we're recording this on. I'm going to tell people we're recording this on March 19th, Tuesday, because I was too
Hmm.
depressed and fucking unhappy during the day Monday to do this. But we do have Horror Hound to
That
look forward
happens,
to.
you know?
Yeah, well, we do have Horror Hound to look
Yes,
forward to,
we
and
do.
I'm fucking excited to see you in person and to be with my friends and
Yep.
drink and have a good goddamn time. And just
Yes,
have a
all
good fucking
weekend.
time.
And you guys got a booth.
We
You
got a
guys got a
booth.
booth.
We
So,
got a booth.
yes.
Plus we're what is it? One of the guys from oh god, what is it? One of the guys from Broken Lizard. We have his alcohol, his drinks with us. I'm gonna go get more before I
Yeah.
come up
Yep.
Friday, and we're gonna try to shoot some videos and some pictures and stuff of us having it and having
Yeah.
our friends who are of age have it as well. And hopefully we can get some fucking sponsorships from him and some endorsements or whatever and
That
just
would be
figure
cool.
it out. But yeah, I get a lot of I got it's gonna be a drive to get it, but it's gonna be fucking worth it. Um, but yeah, dude, it was God. Yeah, looking back on it, I'm happy. Happy it didn't go any further.
Yeah, I am too. And I'm also glad because you never did tell your mom, did you?
No, I didn't. Well, no, okay,
I'm
okay. Here's
glad.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Well,
Here's the thing. I told my aunt in California, which I'm very sure told my mom, but I
oh,
didn't. I
yeah.
didn't give a name or anything else. I think the only person who maybe may have saw pictures, was probably my cousin.
Okay.
But that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's all. But yeah, dude, she was even the sex thing was mentioned in her profile.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like one of those things like, I want to make a family and be with somebody who wants to travel and be adventurous and have great sex, something like that was kind of the I'm paraphrasing, but it's like so like
Yeah.
she's like equating that to like validation in her relationship or something. It's just
Yep.
like very fucking weird,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that guy must have done more than just like beat her up or whatever, which is incredibly like sad. It really is.
Yeah, he probably psychologically um just tormented her.
Yeah.
I could just see it now because a lot of those abusive relationships, because it happens to every, men and women. It's not just women, but just belittling somebody, making them feel like they're not worthy. That shit sticks with you. It really does.
Yeah.
So I could and if she was with him long enough and she just can't shake it, she just cannot shake it. And that's sad. That's sad because it sounds like, I mean, you were always very excited when you talked about her. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and it was one
finally
of those
met
things where
someone.
it's one of those things where like I was trying not to be. I was trying to be cautious and
Yeah.
just kind of like figure out what this meant, but then there were too many things we had in common, and then she was, talking about
Yep.
stuff that I liked and things that she liked, and
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yep, yep. It just seemed like it was meant to be. I honestly thought you were going to come back and say you had an amazing time this weekend and that next time she was going to come and visit you in Atlanta.
Yeah, no, that's
I,
that once again, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
yep,
But
that's what
yeah.
I expected.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so
Even after, what she pulled, you guys cuddling in the bed and her moving your hand and that's fucking manipulative right there. Um, and then pushing you away. But even then, I would have said, I wouldn't have just written her off, except for how she handled it yesterday on Monday. Hey, babe, you know, I need to think about it. And then, oh, sorry. That just, you don't start off with
Yeah.
sweet talking somebody and then flip it like that.
Yeah, I think okay, and I'm kind of pulling from what what I know about her and stuff like that. I think she did that to see if I was gonna beg to come back. I think that's what she was wanting.
Oh my God. Well, she wants that kind of relationship. No, because I know people that are like that,
Yeah.
where um they need that constant reassurance. They need that begging. Yeah. And you might be right. She might have
But yeah, I never
if
but
you
yeah.
would have been like, please, 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 she might have. But
Yeah.
no,
No, I
no.
didn't. I didn't. I just told her I was like I had a great time. I
Good for
thought I
you.
thought we clicked, I think you're great and like I was very positive about like everything I said about her. I never
Good.
put her under the bus or said, oh, you're a bitch or whatever like that. I was like, I'm sorry it ended. I like even in the voicemail I put for like 5 minutes long, it's fucking sappy as shit. I was like, you're a great person. I think you're, a very strong woman who knows what she wants and is very determined, and I like that about you. And just kind of going on and on. And I was like, I'm sorry it kind of went this way, but I wish you the best, and yeah, have a good life. And that was it. Like
And you know
I
what?
never.
She's probably second guessing herself because she probably either thought you would beg her or be like, fuck you, bitch. And because you were the bigger person and just said, you know what? I think you're a great person. Sorry, it didn't work out. Um, she's going to second guess herself.
That's fine, man. That's fine. I mean, she's blocked me on WhatsApp because I've seen it because it used to be one of those things where I would
Oh,
well, no, no, here, no, here, no,
Jesus.
no, 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 no. And like, I'm not gonna message her at all. It ain't gonna fucking happen. Ain't gonna fucking happen. I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. Whatever. I'm pretty sure. I hope she doesn't
Why
message
would
me.
she block you?
Yeah, exactly. Why would she block
That's so
me?
stupid. You did nothing wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
Exactly.
you did nothing wrong, and it is okay to meet someone and just not have a connection. But she said you had a connection and had a great time. That's what I'm just like, there's some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, well, because like
Mm.
we were talking through WhatsApp, which is a whole different app, and like it's one of those things where I could see when I ever went to her chat, I could see when she was on last, or when it says you're typing, or when she saw the messages.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole thing, like there's a whole way of seeing if somebody's on there. And now when I
Yeah.
go, now I went back to it yesterday, and when I was looking at the messages just a minute ago to read them,
Mhm.
there's nothing, there's no indication there that she's been online or what time she was on there. So she's blocked me for sure, which is fine.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So, I mean, once again, I'm not gonna fucking contact her. I'm done, man. I'm
No,
out.
but you did nothing. Why block you? Unless, and again, I have done this before too, where I would block somebody to prevent myself from stalking them. That's that's my thing. Because if I have an ex like on Facebook and I want to look at their page, look at their pictures, I'll just block them and that will prevent me from being able to see anything. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why she did it. I don't know, but okay, fine. She wants to block you. She can block you. Yeah. We'll find you a big titty goth girl this weekend.
There you go. There you go. That's what I want to hear. God damn it.
We'll do our best.
Oh God. Oh man. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, I looked up how do I know if you've been blocked on WhatsApp? There are a couple of indicators that you will be blocked. You can no longer see a contacts last seen or online. Okay,
Yep.
fine. You can't see the contacts statuses. That's true. You
Yep.
don't use. You can't see updates on the contact's profile photo. Okay. Any messages sent to the contact who was blocked, you will only show up grayed out check marks. Okay. So yeah, I've been blocked for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you've been blocked. That's so fucking nuts. That is nuts. You did nothing. Why
Yeah,
the fuck would she block you?
she is nuttier than a squirrel's turd. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, it had to have been because she's like, I don't know. I'm just
I think
second
she's fucking
guessing.
playing these fucking mind games and shit. Is what it is. Is what it is.
She could be.
To see if I'm worthy, if I'm gonna like mess her back. Because like I know she's I okay. I know what is it. I don't know if she's blocked me on text messaging, but she blocked me on WhatsApp, and I'm not gonna fucking text her either, so it's not gonna
I
happen.
wouldn't. No.
No, no, it ain't gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
It's done and over with, whatever. If she does text me in like a month or 3 or 6 or whatever like that, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna act like who's this? I lost your number.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I will be a petty asshole. 100%.
I would actually delete her from your phone. And then legitimately, when she texts you, you could say, who is this? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah. 'Cause,
yeah, no, yeah. I
oh,
got
that's too bad.
at this point I'm kind of hoping that she does text me does text me back or whatever.
I think eventually she will. I think eventually she will because up until Monday, it seems like you guys had a great time. You
Yeah,
guys had a great time, a good weekend, and you guys got along great. And then she just did a 360.
yeah. And like there was this thing where, she, and like she kept doing this thing where she didn't want to do stuff, but because I said it, she would do it. And then she told me afterwards, like, yeah, I didn't really want to go there. Yeah, I didn't really like
Oh
this. Yeah,
my God.
I was like, then say something. Then say
Yeah,
something.
speak up.
Yeah.
God, that
Like,
drives me nuts.
because even when we went to the restaurant and we got the burger, she's like, yeah, the burger was not that good. I was like, then you should have got something else. If you didn't want the burger, you could have got something else. I got the burger because that's what I like.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
exactly.
nobody was forcing you to get that stuff, get any of that stuff. And I was like, Jesus, like, figure it out. Um, Even when we went to Salem, like once we got back, she's like, yeah, it was okay. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I was like, then fucking say something. We didn't have to go there. It was like a tentative plan. I got other things we could have done. Or
Yeah,
other
exactly.
things I looked up that we could have done as well. That was just something that I thought would be fun because like, oh, we get to go to this place and see all this weird shit and see if you like it, or just kind of hang out out of the town and see what's going on and stuff. But it's like just fucking voice your opinion. Come on. I'm not.
Yeah, it seems like this guy must have really did a number on her, beat her down where she doesn't have an opinion. Um, yeah, she needs to get her ass back to therapy.
And she seems okay. And God, I do not mean this in a negative connotation at all. I swear, but it was something that she kept kind of reiterating where she kept saying, "Oh, I've dated a lot of Muslim guys." Once again, I don't mean anything by that. It's something that she said, and here's what I'm equating from that. Their religion is very like, and sometimes some of them, not all of them, are very like strict with the females and their rules. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't do
Hmm.
drugs and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's very
yeah,
like male female oriented, like 1950s America, maybe. Like some of them are like that. Once again, trying to be clear that I don't mean all. And I think because she was abused by that guy, she likes to be kind of
hmm,
told what to do.
yeah, and that would explain a lot. Yep.
So she needs to like go into heavy counseling therapy and probably like electroshock or whatever, and then go date. But or maybe go to a group thing and date a crazy person in her group. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, she could meet her dream guy there, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah, you're probably right that that guy that she was married to probably completely controlled her. And then I know what you're saying, not all Muslim men, but some of them that are more of the strict ones. It's a male dominated religion. Um, and women are to be subservient. So that would make sense why she dated a lot of Muslim guys.
and it was one of those things that another thing she kept saying is like, her dad was always worried about her, and he would always like he was calling while we were, out in the weekend, and I was just like, that's fine. I get it. And she's like, oh, I don't get why. It's like, motherfucker, you've been abused.
Yes.
He's and you're and you're going out with a guy you met on the internet. He's making sure that
Yes.
like shit's okay, shit's proper.
Exactly.
And it's like if that were my daughter, I'd be the same fucking way, the exact same fucking way.
Yep. Yeah.
but she didn't get it. She's like, oh, I don't get it. It's just like, you, whatever, lady, whatever, whatever.
Yeah. Had she dated much after? I mean,
I don't
it
know.
sounds
I
like
didn't.
she's dated, but
Yeah. I don't know. Like, once again, I didn't ask her fucking body count because I really didn't care. In all honesty, I really didn't care. I was making sure she didn't have like a fucking OnlyFans or something. That was my concern.
yeah.
But she didn't. But
Mm.
yeah, and yeah, it was God, so fucking, like, looking back at it, so fucking strange. Because even after we had
Yeah.
our little heavy talk Saturday, because she was trying to dig into me and project and being like, "Oh, you need therapy.
Yeah.
You kind of messed up, whatever." And I was like, kind of second
Yeah.
guessing myself, and I didn't, and I was being very vulnerable with her and everything, and being very open. And then she's like, she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, cool, whatever. I'll, let's go, let's go fuck, and you'll feel better." I'm just like, I don't feel like it right now.
Wow. So she wanted to beat you down emotionally, and now I'll have sex with you.
Yeah, and I was just like, and like, yeah,
No.
and after that, I sat in the bathroom for 30 minutes. I was like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, I had to really like fucking assess myself for 30 minutes and then be like, "Oh, all right, back in it, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, it was fuck, dude.
Wow. Yeah, she's she's different. But yeah, so I'm glad that it came out now and not 6 months from now. You
Oh,
know,
I'd be, if it was 6 months from now,
after
I'd
we
be
got
even more.
married. Yeah.
Oh God, if it came out 6 months from now, I'd be really pissed off. I'd be like, motherfucker, 6 months is gone.
Yep. Yes.
God.
1 month, okay, fine. It's annoying. It's a hassle because, you know, you're really, and you really thought she was too, looking for that person that you could be with the rest of your life. But it was just a month. It was a month of your
Yeah,
life.
yeah, just a month, and I spent my credit card points to buy the plane tickets. It didn't cost me any actual
Yeah,
money,
there
so
you go.
that wasn't lost. The restaurants parking were
And
money, not a big deal, but it's fine.
yep, and you got to go to Salem, which you did some things up in Boston. You got to see Boston. It just, yeah, it's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, yeah. And it was funny because she was, she, and even then, even then, like, I think it was that Saturday or Sunday, no, Saturday, she was like, "Yeah, man, if you can wait," she's like, "Yeah, if you can wait 6 weeks, I'll come down to you." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool, whatever, that's fine. I can,
Yeah,
I can wait, no
yeah.
problem. 6 weeks is not a big deal." So yeah, no, I think she's fucking playing with me. I think she's playing with me. I think she is.
Don't do that. Peanut's
Yeah,
over here climbing my curtains.
yeah. Talking to you more and talking to my friends more, I think she's
Yep,
fucking playing with me. She wants that.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's just
She
like,
either wants you to beg or she's trying to make you cry.
yeah,
Yeah, no, or be abusive. She either wants you to beg or just tell her, no, this is how it's going to be. No, 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 no.
I'm not that person. I'm not that guy. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm sorry. Like, it's, if there's a spark, we like each other. Cool, let's keep going. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to play these emotionally manipulative fucking games and stuff, like, I don't do that. I'm
And
sorry.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Now, see, you need to be like my sister. So she had that heart attack in December and got engaged to this guy that she was off and on with all year. Really, really cared for him. He was like trying to force her into marriage. He like got her a ring and was like, "Okay, we're gonna get married on Monday." And she's like, "No, no, no, we gotta wait. We gotta wait." So they ended up breaking up. She got on Plenty of Fish like the very next day, and she's already dating somebody else.
Jesus. Well, funny, funny thing. While I was talking to this girl, I found there was somebody who liked my profile on the dating app, and it was kept in that account. I never deleted that app. That app is still that I saw
Yeah,
that app.
good.
It was like the notifications and anything were turned off because I didn't want to see it and be like, all right, I'm talking to this girl, see how this goes, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So so yesterday, like an asshole. I bought 6 months of the app for like the Prime membership. I bought like the likes and the
Yep.
fucking notes and the boosting and all the
Good.
spent like 200.
Good.
I
Yes.
spent like $200 like fucking buying shit for this
Hey.
app. Um, and then that one profile who liked me popped up, and I looked at her and I was like, ah, it's fine, whatever. And I sent her a message and liked her as well and everything. So she's got 4 days to reply, even if she's real. So we'll see.
Good. Good. Yeah, because my sister's like, you know what? Life is too short, man. If he wants to be like that, we'll just move on to the next one.
Yeah, and like my good buddy Levine, he's like, hey man, I can't hang out this weekend, but let's, when are you free? I'm like, I told him like I can't either. I'm going to a convention. I was like, hey man, next Saturday, let's get together and like you can help me with my pictures, my profile. I was like, fucking done, we'll do it. I'm like, all right, we'll do it, man. Yeah,
Oh God.
so he'll help me get a few more pictures on that profile. So yeah, god damn it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I mean
Make the
yeah,
most of that premium membership.
yeah. Yeah, that happened. I feel so much better talking to everybody about this, man. It was just like,
Good. Well,
oh
it's just
god
kind
damn
of
it, man.
surprising because I think we were all kind of on the same page where it's like, hey, he seems to really be into this girl, and now he's going to visit her. This might actually be
Yeah, because like
the one.
she
Yeah.
called my bluff. She's like, it's like, oh, I'd really like if you were here, and I was like, maybe I'll be up there,
Yep.
and then she's like, that'd be nice. I'm like, well, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna go home for a week and then I'll come back. Well, I was like, I guess like, okay. And I asked her like, what are the dates? She's like this and the other. I was like, okay, I'll come up St. Patrick's Day weekend because it's Boston St. Patrick's Day, whatever, you know. And I brought my nice clothes. I brought like decent clothes, nothing too fancy, but I wanted to look at least decent. And she didn't understand that. She's like, "Oh, why are you getting new nice clothes and stuff? It's just Boston." It's like, woman, I'm trying to look good for you, nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
And so it's like, yeah, I was like that's it. That's all. But I
Yeah.
tried, and
She obviously, yeah, she obviously doesn't feel good about herself. That's all this was. Very much so projecting. You hit that on the head. Come here.
yeah, and it
Come
was
here, kitty.
yeah, and it was like, just think about it now. It's like it's once again like that's shitty to do, but also like I kind of feel sad for her because
Yeah.
it's going to take her a very, very, I think she's going to need constant counseling and therapy and maybe drugs to like really be
Well,
somewhat okay.
and here's the sad thing. Because she is in her 30s, her chances of having children are going downhill.
Yeah,
So,
she's 34. She'll be 35.
yeah.
She'll be 35 this year.
Yeah, she may be like me where she's, not with anybody seriously for the rest of her life or because if she does meet somebody, let's say within the next few years, it better be somebody that already has kids or doesn't want kids because the older she gets, the less likely it's going to be that she's able to have kids.
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
that's sad. If
Yeah.
it's something she wants, maybe she
Well, no,
doesn't want
no,
kids.
she does want kids because that's something we talked about. Because she asked me like, while I was there this weekend, she's like, "Do you want kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I want kids." And I asked her, I was like, "Do you want them?" She's like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I love kids. I have she was showing me pictures and video of her nephew who's like 4 or 5. Her sister's kid, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
kid's adorable. And
Yeah.
she was talking about that. I'm just like, man, whatever. Jeez. But also like the way she talked about kids was very fucking weird. Like
Yeah.
she's very much once again, she wanted validation from her job and things like that because she was talking about like, oh, once I have kids, I just want the maid to take care of or a nanny to take care of the kid the whole time or whatever. I'm just like, you're not gonna be there for the kid and like watch her grow up and do all the other kid stuff?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why would the maid take care of it the whole time?
Yeah, it's like that's a because she's like she's like, oh, because I'll be working. I'm just like, yeah, but it's a kid.
yeah, there's still a lot of working mothers and fathers, yeah,
Yeah, she just
that see their kids.
yeah, she seems to be very like, yeah, she's and I think, I think and even she told me like, she was in Singapore before she got to Boston, and she was like, I think that happened when she was like, with the dude, and she had to like escape. She was at home for a bit, and then she went to Boston to kind of like, I guess it was the furthest point for her that she could like, you know, go to school and do this stuff and get this things done, and she just wanted to kind of like be somewhere else. But Boston, why? I don't fucking know. Like, you could have picked New York, you could have picked LA, you could have picked Miami, you could have picked a lot of places, but Boston, that's really fucking weird. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but you'll find somebody else. I'm quite sure about that. You're too good of a guy.
oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't,
apparently she just wants to fuck with me, so I don't know.
well, it's
I'm not
her.
playing. Yeah, I'm not playing that game.
Nope. It's her mental issues, not yours. Not
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
Don't ever let somebody talk down to you, because I've been there so much to where you start questioning your own sanity and maybe I do need therapy. No, no. Don't let them do that shit, because trust me, if you were going nuts, your friends would tell you. If they were like, damn dude, you need some therapy,
Yeah, and
they
I
would have been
think
some of the first ones to tell you.
yeah. Yeah. And and like Richard, like I've known Richard like ever since I fucking moved to Atlanta, so like almost 10 years now. And like we have like we're two guys, but we're like we talk about we're older dudes, and we know like, we talk about things that, we can talk comfortably about with each other,
Hmm.
and he's confided in me, I've confided in him emotionally, we're just trying to make sure we're both okay. So that's why I gave him a call and talked to him, and he's like, "Nah, man, she's fucking nuts. Just let her go." It's like, all right, good.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly.
So because he's once again he's told me he's he himself is mentally messed up, and he needs a lot of things. And I'm just like, oh, okay, fair
Yep.
enough, fair
Yep.
enough. So, but it was good to know, and I'm just like, all right, she's just trying to like really fuck with me.
Yeah. And the sad thing is she may not even realize that's the type of person that she is. She probably doesn't even realize it. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I think she's probably pushing you away because she doesn't feel like she's good enough. Same reason why she was looking forward to being on that ship for 6 months, isolated, because it's justification as to why she's alone and not in a serious relationship.
Yeah, and she, it was one of those things where I was trying to get my work done for the week, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. If you work during our thing, if you work during our time together, it's fine." I'm just like, "No, it's not.
No,
No, it's not."
but yet she sits there in the movie theater on her phone.
Yeah, and I
That
was just like,
mm,
yeah. Once again, I think, like, and she was trying to talk to me about validation. And she's like, I'm like, no, you're the one who needs it because you're trying to get through these classes and do this reading, get these grades, and get this
yep,
job and get the certification, and trying to do this thing, and it's like you're the one who needs the validation, sweetie, not
yep,
me.
yep,
I'm very fine where I am.
yep,
You know, I
absolutely.
will I will probably look once again I'm going to do the data analytics thing probably from like Georgia Tech here or whatever and do the class or
Hmm.
something, but that'll
Good,
be like as far as I go.
good, good, good,
Yeah.
good.
I'll definitely do
Yeah,
that because like I need to change things because my current job is kind of like meh.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
that's really what it boils down to. It's very meh. And I've looked into data analytics and stuff like that, and it's kind of up my alley because I've got ADD and I can figure out
Mhm.
patterns very quickly and very well, so it's fine.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I mean, yeah, yeah. And you got all your little side things too. So, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
if your current job is kind of meh, I wouldn't stay with it. You're too young to be stuck in a job.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for my boss to figure out some stuff and if she wants to do certain projects I've proposed or not and see how that goes. If it doesn't, I mean, it wasn't one of those things where like the job is fairly low key. I can keep both the jobs because I go into the office like once a week. I'm sorry, once a month.
Hmm.
So I can always tell my other job it's like, hey, I'm sick. I then go to the other job. So it's not bad. So I'll get a really big paycheck. But it's not, yeah, it's not anything like super strenuous, so it's fine.
Good. Good.
Yeah. But
Good.
yeah.
Well, if anybody has any advice or comments for Nick and his love life, write us at ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com.
You gotta
So
put
had to put that in there.
yeah, you gotta pull out your cards now. We forgot to do the
Oh,
beginning. Gotta pull
yeah,
out your
I was
cards.
all into the what's going on. All right, biggest pervert. Let's see who the biggest pervert is. It's probably not you right now. You're probably like, I don't know. Right. Oh, well, I can't say this, but maybe you can. Have you ever used a dirty sock to clean up after masturbation?
No, never. I have kind of procedure where I will like, jerk off in bed or in the bathroom and then go to the toilet and like finish up because it's just easy. I don't
Oh,
want to, because like I don't want to have to deal with a dirty sock or like a napkin or like lotion by my bed or anything weird like that. So it's like I'm just gonna like in the toilet, done. Fucking one thing. Just jump over, done. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna just it's
doesn't
work.
that kind of lose the mood because you got to get up and go to the bathroom?
No. I bring my phone in with the Pornhub app on, and I just like
Ah,
press play
okay.
on the video and finish off. And this way, it's a lot easier.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, a lot. There you go. Insight into into my masturbation life.
Jesus. Yeah,
Like,
normally you're not that forthcoming. Let's do
oh god.
another one then.
Okay.
Have you ever dug through someone else's underwear drawer?
Yes,
You
I have been.
have.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Like a girl I was seeing or whatever. Just seeing if she had any like some nice shit, some cute shit, some lingerie or whatever.
Oh.
Seeing what she's into. Is it leather? Is it lace? Is it black? Is it white? Is it
What?
orange? Is it red? What are we working with here?
That's
Where
funny.
are
Well,
the
I haven't.
where are the handcuffs and the and the other stuff?
I haven't. So you're definitely the biggest pervert right now. We should have been keeping score at the end of the cards, see who the biggest pervert is. All right, here's our bachelorette cards. Have you ever cheated with your best friend's, for you it would be girlfriend, for me it would be boyfriend. Have you ever cheated with them?
Never cheated, but this was in high school, and it was probably my good friend now, which I kind of feel like an asshole. Um, I did hit on his ex a little bit
But they were
afterwards.
broke up. It
They were
wasn't like a
100%
current.
broken up.
Yes.
100%
Okay.
broken up.
Okay.
I did not hit on her while they were together.
Yeah.
Although she was kind of weird when they were together. If we were ever alone, she would kind of be strange and like I don't know. She would sit on my lap and things like that. And I was like, you need to get the hell off. Like,
Ah,
she was a weird one. She was a weird one.
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
she would just do that out of nowhere, mind you. I didn't prompt her or anything like that. I would be like, like move over, and she's like, no, let me sit here and do this. I'm like,
Hmm.
and then she would just like plop down on my lap. I'm just like, oh God, lady, just this is really inappropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's she was playing with you. She was
Yeah,
playing with you.
thankfully my friend didn't like marry her or have a kid with her or whatever, and it was like a high school thing, and like she was
Yeah.
fucking gone. So yeah,
Yeah. I never have. Now Zachary's father, I wouldn't say she was my best friend, but I had a friend. I know I said this in a different podcast. I had this really good friend who had dated this guy named Michael, and she just would talk about Michael and how wonderful he was, and he was a great guy, and they had broke up, and she wanted to get back together. Michael, and she's like, um, you know, Erica, will you call him and put in a good word for me? And I thought, well, if he's that good, so I called him and was like, hey, when you taking me out? That's Zachary's father. So
damn.
yeah. Yeah, I should have let her get back with him. I shouldn't have bothered. Shouldn't have bothered. But no, they were broke up. But yeah, kind of ended the friendship. I mean, she tried not to be mad, but I would have been mad.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, well.
God.
All
Yeah,
right.
that was yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shitty. Have you ever caught your sibling having sex?
Thank God, no.
No,
That
I
would be
haven't either.
incredibly fucking awkward. I think there was a time when my brother and his girlfriend were like in because like oh god, it's gonna be weird. Because you know I was living at my parents' house since I was 30. Like things, yeah. Don't judge me.
Hmm.
It happens. Okay,
Yeah.
just let it fucking go. And you know he was in his room like we were in our childhood rooms for like a long time. Um, but the wall between our rooms is fairly thin. So he had his girlfriend over, his previous fiance, not the current one who's fucking awesome. I love her to death.
Uh,
Um, um, and you know, you heard things and you're just like, well, I need to get up and go to the other room.
yep, yep.
And then all of a sudden, like, you know, and like we had friends over and we were in the den and like, you know, I was in my room, like just like, you know, playing something or watching something, and I could hear the walls and just hearing that like fucking like, you know, that headboard just like. And I was like, well, I need to go into the other room and play video games. And then all of a
Oh
sudden,
God.
like, and mind you, like they were in the room, like we kind of like knew where people were in the house at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
And they literally came out like, and like in the den area in our house, like there's also a back door that takes you out to the driveway. They came out of the front door of the house and then into that fucking door into the den. I was like, why did you come around that way? Who are you fooling right now?
Oh God.
You know, and I was just like, okay, I get it. It happened. At least it was in your own bed and not mine. Which is
Oh
fine.
God. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, there was that. There was also my cousin who I think had sex on my bathroom floor in my parents' house.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird. That was very, very strange. Um, but he was God, he was I don't know. He's a fucking he's a fuck boy. 100% he is. 100% is he a fuck boy. Um, he really is. But like this girl that he was like just seeing who was some random fucking chick in town, just like some dumb blonde man, fucking terrible. Um, yeah, just banged her on my fucking bathroom floor. Luckily, the maid was coming the next day because I was like, "Can you clean this up like with bleach?"
I don't want to walk barefoot in there.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I put on fucking footies and you know and like fucking yeah slip on shoes or whatever. I was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not
Oh
doing this at all. We're
God.
not doing this at all. It's
Oh
terrible.
shit.
Terrible.
Oh, that is funny. No, I haven't. I haven't. None of my siblings. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. Parents.
Yeah, I don't think
Uh,
I'm glad I didn't.
yeah.
I'm glad I never caught my parents doing it. That'd be really traumatizing.
Yeah, me and my sister, when we were younger, my mom and my stepdad were in the bedroom with the door locked, and we wanted to ask her a question. So my sister got a butter knife and we unlocked the door with the door opened up. I just remember
Oh
like
my God, yes.
legs and nakedness, and my mom was on top. Yeah, it
Oh my
was
God. Oh my God.
not something I want to
Uh,
remember.
yeah. Jeez.
Scar us for life.
Yeah, no, I never, thankfully I never cut my parents. Like that was, yeah, I think that'd be a little too traumatizing. So,
Uh,
yeah.
I heard my dad before, heard his girlfriend the one time, but never saw it, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our affirmation. Maybe it'll be a good one. I find my happy place and go with the fucking flow. I love these
Oh
affirmations.
God. I have a question. I have a question. Okay. Like, also this is something weird. I just remembered this. Need to tell you as well.
Yeah.
Like when we were in Salem, she bought me a shot glass and then she brought me some stuff from like Dubai when she came back that I have. I think I'm just gonna throw them away.
Well, I don't know. Are they any good? You can give them to me.
uh
Kathy collects shot glasses. I can bring them back for her.
okay. Yeah, I might just give it to you then because like it's one of those things where it's like I kind of don't want it in my place. But
Hmm.
also, I don't want to. You know, I will chuck it in the trash. But if you want to take it, I will bring it to you happily, happily.
Yeah, Kathy collects shot glasses.
Oh yeah, happily. I'll give it to you. I'll get my own next time I go to fucking Salem.
Yep, yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, that is just so fucking weird. She brought you souvenirs back from Dubai.
Yeah.
Brought you shit from God damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I think give it a week and you'll hear from
Yeah,
her.
it's been a week.
I want to know. Give it a week and you'll hear
Oh
from
no.
her.
Oh no. It's like with my ex who I got messages from a few days ago. We won't go into
Oh,
that. That's a whole other
Jesus.
thing. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. This is a different thing.
Oh
Um
my God.
it's wild. It's fucking wild.
These bitches are fucked up, man.
Oh god, yeah. I lose a little bit of weight and then everybody goes nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Maybe you're hitting menopause, dropping
Maybe
that last egg.
maybe I am. I don't know. Anyways, um yeah, she fucking bought me because yeah, we were in a souvenir place and she bought herself some stuff from there and then she bought me a fucking shot glass. I told her, I was like, oh, pick it out, pick it out, it'll be nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And she picked it out. And I was like, all right, get that one. And it was a small shot glass. Once again, didn't have my wallet, didn't want to spend a ridiculous amount, and they just wanted kind of a
yeah,
souvenir from Salem, and like that's what I
yeah.
got. So, but no, I'll just bring it to you. That's fine.
Yeah, and then definitely go back. I'd love to go to Salem. I've never been there.
I talked to and we were around people and everything that, and I asked them seriously. I was like, hey, how is it during? I asked them seriously. I was like, how is it during September, October? Like, how bad is
Yeah,
it? And
yeah.
they told me it's fucking terrible. She's like, there are elbow to elbow people in the streets. I'm like, oh dear God.
Oh,
And then like, yeah, because we were in some shop and I was like, how much of your money is made in that 6 weeks or 2 month amount of
oh,
time?
I'm sure.
They all said 55% of our yearly income. I was like, wow,
Wow.
dear God, that's a chunk.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, no wonder you guys deal with the idiots.
Yep, yep. If
I
they can
thought
do it for 2 months out of the year,
they're
yeah,
set. Yeah, because like I told them I was like, listen, I'm from Gallenberg, man. I know how it is. Like
yeah.
it's crazy. They're like, oh yeah, we know. It's a good. Oh man.
Oh, you know what's going to be crazy here? So you know that eclipse that's coming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know how the eclipse, like the whole country is pretty much going to see at least a partial eclipse, in different areas going to have different things. But have you seen the map that shows like the strip that of where across the US is going to be a total eclipse?
Yeah, I've seen that. That's been circulating.
Yep. Decatur is in that. We're going to have a total eclipse in our little tiny town.
Oh my
So
God.
they're like having eclipse parties, and yeah, we're within that small strip of total eclipse.
Nice. I know when I was in Atlanta a few years ago, another one came through and it was fucking weird because I bought the glasses from a place and it happened during the summer or during like, it was fairly warm outside and it was Atlanta
Mhm.
and it was one of those things where like the sun came out and like you felt the fucking temperature drop immediately. And then all of a sudden
Damn.
you heard the animals like the fucking insects start because they thought it was night and I was like, "What the
Oh
fuck?" It was so
God.
weird. It was incredibly weird.
That is gonna be so odd.
It was incredibly weird, man, because everything just came alive all of a sudden for all the night stuff and I was like,
Yeah,
"Man,
yeah,
that's strange."
yeah. I can't wait.
You
Actually,
know.
I think I'll be in town. I should be. I don't know. I've started trying to find my next work contract.
Okay, getting bored.
Well, yeah, I can't get by on my looks forever. Although I am going to get headshots next month. So,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, going over to Columbus, Ohio. There's a lady over there, and I'm going to do they're going to do my hair and makeup and everything too. So it's going to be professional.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great. That'd be good.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yep. But yeah, that's that's my life in a nutshell.
Very good. Well, I had nothing happen this weekend. So, yeah. Nothing that exciting for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But after our weekend at Whorehound, we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah,
Although
well,
I probably won't be very exciting then either, but
we'll
although this
see.
is the first time I'll see all of you since the first time I met you guys, right?
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
met us back in what, 2022
Yeah,
or
I think so.
2023 or something?
No, it was at least 2022.
Yeah, probably because we didn't get a table at Horror Hound until last year, until Indianapolis last year. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it must have been 2022, 2021 or something that we had all been
Yeah.
at.
Yeah. 21 or 22. Definitely wasn't 23.
Yeah, because because we had a little trouble getting a fucking table because they're jackasses, even though they've been doing the convention for over 10 fucking years. They still can get their shit together. So,
Mm-mm.
but
Actually, I think Facebook just tried to remind me. I think it was 3 years ago.
go figure.
Yeah, because you
Good
know how
old Facebook.
Facebook does that shit now where it reminds you. And I popped up because that was when Derek was at Whorehound.
Yep.
And yeah, I think it was 3 years ago.
Hmm.
I
Oh
think
wow.
so.
Oh wow.
I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I could be wrong, but not that it matters that much. But yes, I will be seeing everybody and we're gonna have a good time. We'll have a good time. Tried to
Yeah.
get Kathy to go, but she couldn't go. So
Mm. Yeah. But no, actually, you know what's kind of weird. And this happened a few years ago as well. I don't know if it's a pattern or something odd or whatever as well. But I was talking to a girl before Dragon Con a few years ago as well, and it ended like the week of.
is
It was
that a
strange.
pattern? You got a pattern
I
now?
don't know, but it was like okay, it's only happened once before. That's why I don't think it's a pattern. It's one of those things like I remember distinctly being a thing because I was talking to this girl off of the same app, and
Yeah.
I had mentioned and like I'd mentioned one thing because like I was once again being honest with her and I shouldn't have one
Yeah.
on this one aspect, and she got weird about it and then like cut everything off. So yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
because it was just strange, like because like I told her, I told her I was like, oh, I smoke a little bit of weed, it's nothing crazy, it's like once or twice a month, it's nothing that bad. And she worked for an
Mm.
airline, she worked for Delta or something, and
Okay. Okay.
I said, hey, let's meet up next weekend, and I didn't put a date on it because I thought she knew because I think we were talking Friday or whatever, and she was like, oh, I thought we were gonna meet up this weekend. I said no, read the message, I said next weekend. And she's like, "Oh, you must have been high or something and you don't remember." And I was like, "No, I just said next weekend." And then I put a date there and she was just like, "Ah, whatever,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
work out. Let's be friends." And I'm just like, I didn't get on this app to be friends. And she's like, "Okay, cool, whatever, bye." And I'm like, "Bye."
Damn.
And I was like, I don't know what Christian, good old boy you want, but I ain't that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
drink, I smoke, I do a little weed. Like
Yeah.
I'm not that fucking bad, but like, I like to enjoy
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah. As you should. As
Yeah.
you should.
So, yeah. It was just yeah.
Well, maybe we'll run into somebody this weekend. Maybe.
Yeah,
Or not.
that'll be my luck. That'll be my luck. God, if I
If
get
anything, we can shit talk.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, well yeah. We'll do that. It's fine. I'll give you my phone. You can read the messages. You can really go through it if you want to. I'll let you do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be all curious
Yeah,
now.
you can
Because then
read
I'll
them.
probably really be mad. Then I'll really be like, what the fuck
Oh
is
God, no.
up
I
with
will
this
give you my
bitch?
phone. You can read all the messages. I do not care.
Oh God.
Yeah. Then when we get on do the other podcast, then you can be like that bitch. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I think that's probably all that we have for this week.
Mhm.
But yes, next time we'll tell everybody about Whorehound and how much fun we had and if anybody sends any advice in.
Yep, and hopefully I get blown by a big titty goth chick. That'll be the goal.
Yes. That will be the goal for everybody to get Nick laid.
That'll be the goal. That'll be the goal.
That'll be the goal.
Yep. But yeah, we will talk to everybody next time. Have a good one.
All right. Sounds good. Bye.